It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 25th of March. I'm Michael Groff. Record high temperatures expected this afternoon in the valley and across southern Arizona. It is possible we could have our first triple-digit day of the year. If that occurs, it would be the earliest on record we have had a high temperature of 100 degrees in Phoenix. Hoping to avoid that. Bigger questions are, how long will it last? How hot will it be? Do we have any relief in sight? What about rain chances? We'll talk about that. Plus, something kind of unusual in the weather world. Something we don't talk about every day. We'll get to that and so much more as we dive on in. First, the almanac from yesterday. 96 degrees the afternoon high, 65 the morning low. Both of those highlighted because they are both records. That 96 breaks the previous record high of 94 from 1990. That morning low of 65 is a record warm low temperature for the date. Averages are at 81 and 56. Outside now at 1:15 p.m. Sunny sky. 92 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points 43. Humidity 18%. It's a calm wind. And the barometer is falling. Satellite picture out here across the west. And high pressure is firmly in control for the southwestern U.S. anyway. And actually even extending up into parts of the northwest. So basically, the storm track is far away from us, and only a few high clouds are just now beginning to filter into southeast Arizona. Now, we will see an increase in clouds for tomorrow. There might even be a couple of sprinkles or very light showers in northern Arizona, but for the most part, those clouds will not amount to a whole lot other than to cool us off a bit, which we desperately need, as you can no doubt tell when you step outside today. Now, the watch warning map is suspiciously quiet for this time of the year. Really no high impact events ongoing right now. We do have some wildfires and some of that situation going on over the mountains of North Carolina. But other than that, yes, pretty quiet. Convective outlook for today. How about a marginal risk of severe storms for parts of North Texas around Dallas, Fort Worth, up into the Red River Valley, into southern Oklahoma, and South Florida around Miami over toward West Palm Beach. But the bigger story is the day 2 outlook. How about this? A slight risk of severe storms, level 2 out of 5 for places like Portland, Vancouver, Washington, up to Seattle. And you don't see that very often. And yes, they could see some thunderstorms that produce strong, maybe damaging straight line winds, hail, and even an isolated tornado. I thought I'd show you this. This is a forecast sounding coming off of the HRRR. This is valid at 3 o'clock tomorrow in the Portland area. About surface-based CAPE over 2,000 joules per kilogram. The energy helicity index now in the lowest level of the atmosphere, the 0 to 1 kilometer range, almost 0. But the 0 to 3 kilometer range, the EHI is up over 3 units, almost at 4 units. And so we could see a couple of elevated supercells there and the possibility of some hail, gusty winds, and I guess you couldn't even rule out maybe a brief spin-up tornado. This is something you don't talk about in the Pacific Northwest very often. I know all the focus is out there toward day 6 and what'll happen on Sunday over a good portion of the eastern part of the country, but this is kind of an interesting and unusual situation. We're going to watch that very carefully and see how that evolves in future model runs. But tomorrow could be very interesting with that vigorous area of low pressure moving toward the Pacific Northwest coast. Speaking of, here's the day 6 outlook from the SPC. And they've got a broad risk of severe weather defined from near the Arklatex eastward toward the Tennessee Valley, all the way up into the Ohio Valley. And again, the focus could be on strong damaging straight line winds, hail, and some tornadoes. Now, the nature of this risk is still a bit unknown. Will this be kind of one of those discrete supercell events, or will it be a QLCS, more of a linear type event, or will it be a mix of both? That remains to be seen, but we're going to keep an eye on that situation as well. Now, closer to home, the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing statewide, basically nothing. If you want to find any precipitation, you'll have to go into New Mexico and mainly West Texas before you find any. What's going on with this weather pattern? Well, we'll talk about it in more detail right now as we get to the models, have a look at things. It's the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Low pressure across the central Great Lakes and in the northeast. A big ridge out here across the west, and especially in the southwest, with heights well above average. So what it means down at the surface for the rest of the day today, sunny, hot, highs 96 to 100. And again, if we hit 100, the earliest on record by a day, the only other time that we've ever had a high temperature of 100 degrees in Phoenix is back on March 26th of 1988. All right, for tonight, mostly clear sky in the evening. Clouds increase overnight, and so it's going to be mild. Lows are going to be in the 60s to low 70s. That'll probably result in another record warm low temperature tonight. Now, for tomorrow, got that area of low pressure kind of going negative tilt as it approaches the Pacific Northwest coast, so we'll watch for showers and some thunderstorms up there. But here in the southwest, we'll just see an increase in clouds, considerable clouds tomorrow. Maybe you just call it mostly cloudy. There might be some sprinkles across northern Arizona. I guess a light shower probably doesn't amount to anything. Here in the valley, just partly to mostly cloudy sky and high temperatures a bit lower, but still well above average. Highs low to mid 90s. Let's keep on going. This is Thursday. More sun back in the valley with highs, again, low, maybe mid 90s. Back toward the mid 80s or so on Friday. We see an area of low pressure kind of crossing the area over the weekend, mainly passing to the north of us. The GFS has actually shown this to be a bit stronger than on previous runs, so we'll see some rain across parts of Nevada and Utah. But I don't think we're going to see any precipitation in Arizona with this feature. We'll watch it. It will result in breezy and cooler conditions here. Highs upper 70s to mid 80s across the southern deserts on Saturday and Sunday as that moves on by. And we'll see some breezy conditions too. Here's Monday. Highs back toward the mid, possibly upper 80s. Get another round of rain and some higher elevation snow in the Pacific Northwest and moving east into parts of Idaho and Montana. Here's a week from today, Tuesday, the 1st of April, a quasi-zonal flow here over the southwest, so we are mild, dare I say warm and dry, just some high clouds filtering on through, and we'll just keep right on going. This is Thursday, the 3rd of April, and again, we are warm and dry. I will note here, there's quite a bit of model spread that starts to really show up here way out toward 10 days. The GFS says we're dry, but many of the European ensemble members, they suggest otherwise, and I'll show you that right now. Here's the rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. This goes out through the 8th of April, and you see the ensemble mean is under 1/10 of an inch. You've got 31 members in this ensemble. 6 of them have any sort of rain whatsoever over the next couple of weeks. But it's a much different story for the European ensemble where over 60% of the members have rainfall in here, and the ensemble mean, let's come up toward 1/4 of an inch. So there's quite a split in the global models here in the ensemble. So again, hopefully the European verifies and turns out to be the correct model here, because that would obviously result in cooler temperatures and maybe some unsettled weather, but it's too early to tell right now. Temperatures off the national blend of models, we'll trend it down for this weekend, but then next week, high temperatures should bounce back somewhat. Now, after today, I don't think we're going to see any triple digits for the next 10 days, but you know what I'm going to tell you. It's not so much a matter of if, it's just a matter of when they will return. They will come back. They'll be here. It's just when will it happen? Hopefully we see that unsettled weather and those temperatures do come down, but at this point, the national blend of models probably is leaning more toward the drier solutions. All right, that's it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make a monetary contribution to us. Or even better than that is if you donate via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, and proprietor of, there's that banner, sweetchildaz.com.org, and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check out our blogs. She just posted a new one. Her videos, everything that's Michelle related, it's all linked up down in the description. There's probably Adriana related stuff down there too. Probably actually a lot of Adriana related stuff down there. So you can see what she's up to as well. Also related to Michelle and myself, it's our streaming station available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that. It's the most chaotic mix of music you'll ever hear. Do give that a listen. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, it is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves an absolutely fantastic rest of your Tuesday.